Now, in the previous section, what we saw, that Yudhishthira is questioning certain things, right? 6 questions he has asked. Kim ekam daivatam loke. What is that one God? Who is that one God who I have to be devoted? Kim vap ekam parayanam. Who can lead me? Tuvantah kam. Kam archantah. To whom I can be devoted, to whom I can do the archana, to whom I can be chanting the name. It's a beautiful question. So 6 questions have been coined by Yudhishthira to Bhishma. Always. So this is the beauty of our Sanatana Dharma literatures. Every time there is some question to which there is an answer where the literature follows. Okay, so this is the beauty of that. Valmiki is questioning Narada. Valmiki is questioning Narada tapaswadhyaya nidaratam. In this current world, he is questioning this question to the Narada because Narada is his guru. So he is questioning, in this current world, who is the best person as of your knowledge? Tell me. Then the Narada says this word, Ikshvaku Vamsaha Prabhavasya Ramanama Janaishrataha. So the answer to that question comes as Valmiki Ramayana. So always the literature starts with one question or someone questioning and someone replying to it. That's where the literature starts. Arjuna's question answered by Bhagavan is Bhagavad Gita. Am I right? Arjuna questioning. So Bhagavan is replying to that. So Bhagavad Gita comes into picture. Valmiki questions, Narada answers, Valmiki Ramayanam starts. Janamejaya questions, Vaishampayana states, Mahabharatam starts. Right? Parikshita Maharaja questions, Sukabrahma Maharishi answers, Bhagavata Purana starts. Right? So same way you can see that anywhere in the literature in Sanatana Dharma, there is always a question because we give priority, we give privilege to the people to ask question. The questioning is one of our way of understanding the concept. So this is how the logical of questioning is one of the way to understand the knowledge deriving is through a question. So you question to a guru and the guru gives a reply to you when you are very near to the guru and the guru gives you the reply as through a sign, as through a language, as through his body movement or through his own words, through a conversation is called Upanishadaha Upanishad. Upanishad means sitting near to God, to the guru. Upaha Nishadaha means very near to guru. You sit in the feet of the guru and you ask him the question. So there are so many questions in the Upanishad they have even asked. Some of the questions are very daring question asking about even there is an existence of God or not. So today what we have in our mind are all those questions have been asked by great devotees those days. It has been given, the answers have been revealed by greatest gurus. So it is always in the Sanatana Dharma, someone questions, there is an answer, the answer comes in a big flow, and then that flow is what is going to be filling the literature. Same way, Yudhishthira has asked the question, Bhishma now outflows the Sahasranama. So Sahasranama starts from here. So he is going to reply for this question, and then he will give you the introduction for that, and then he will say what is the meter, who is the Rishi, who is the Devata, how he is been, and what type of dhyana we have to do for him, and what way that the namas have been arranged, and then he will tell about all the 1,000 namas of the god, and then he will also narrate about what is the benefit of chanting this namas. So now this is the spurt. So now the guru has been stirred by the disciple. That means what? That those days the disciples are very good because they ask good questions to the guru. Now Bhishmacharya as a guru is going to give the reply. So that's where it starts. See, Bhishma Uvacha Jagat Prabhum Deva Devam Anantam Purushottamam Stuvannama Sahasrena Purushaha Sadatotitaha. The very first statement, a beautiful statement he gives. See, sometimes when you give an answer, the answer itself covers major portion of your question, then there is nothing that what you can, the other person who is questioning may get a very positive vibe. See, Arjuna questions all throughout the first chapter, what is called Arjuna Vishata Yoga in Bhagavad Gita. Right? So Arjuna Vishata Yoga has been questioning all different questions, and he starts saying that I'm going to get Karpanya dosha, I'm going to get papas, I'm going to get all these things by killing all these people, I'm going to have these things. Everything he starts, blabbering something like that. Arjuna keeps on blabbering, and even in the beginning of the chapter 2 also he talks and talks. At the verse number 11, then the Bhagavan retaliates. He says, where come you guy is having all these, cowardly type of thinking in your mind? The first slap he gives, where come, whence you got all these cowardly type of thinking, Arjuna? So then he's shaken up. Oh my God, I'm not supposed to have that thing. So this is sometimes Guru giving a surprise treatment for him. Same way here, retaliating, Bhishma gives a beautiful statement to Yudhishthira. Yudhishthira asked him 6 questions. Who is this? Who can do this? Who can guide me? Which is the best dharma I can go for? All these 6 questions, first word, what he is telling. Jahat Prabhum Deva Devam. And who is he? He is Anantaha Purushottamam. Beautiful word. See, he is for this universe. Jagataha Prabhuhu, Jagat Prabhuhu. So, entire world, he is to Prabhu. Right? So, that is what we also say. Vasudeva Sutam Devam, Kamsa Chanura Mardhanam, Devaki Paramanandam, Krishnam Vande Jagat Gurum. Jagadam idi Guruhu Jagat Guruhu. So he is the Jagat Guru. So he is living Guru of this world. So Jagat Prabhu. A Prabhu, a Lord of this entire world. How this realization has come to Bhishma? Bhishma is 100% realized soul. We have to understand. Bhishma is 100% realized soul. He even knows who is Krishna. That is the beauty of it. He even knows who is Krishna. He even knows he is Parabrahma. Which even the Pandavas, even the Arjuna didn't have that knowledge. See, sometimes this is the problem. When you have a close proximity with the God, due to your own personal interaction, you will forget who is God. Sometimes it happens, right? So sometimes this is easy that you can miss even a God stands near to you because of your ignorance. You don't even know that it is God. So we have this problem. So this is possible. But here the Arjuna had a privilege to be standing beside the Krishna, but he didn't understood. He was asking so many questions, but only after the Bhishma telling him at the last moment, all the statements are given to him. At the last moment, he says, who you are narrating about? All these 1,000 names, whom you are narrating about? right? Whom you are narrating about? What is the question? What is the thinking of that? He is asking this question. Then he says, Devaki Nandana Sreshtaha. So there is an incident where there was a Rajasuya Yaga was conducted. Okay, so Pandavas are conducting Rajasuya Yagam, where they want to, once they got the Indraprastham, and then they have to celebrate, and then they have to cherish for their own people, and then have to do it. Krishna was invited. Okay, Krishna was invited, and Bhishma and everyone was there. And Bhishma is watching Krishna. What is he doing? So this is where we have to understand. Even though you may be in a status of a god or something, even God does work. So service or a duty is for everyone. So what he does, he is trying to welcome everyone. He is trying to wash the feet of everyone who is coming to the yagam. And he serves food. And also at the end of the time, after they are dining, he collects those leaves, which have been the banana leaves where the people have eaten. And he is collecting those by his own hand. Bhishma understood that it is not if you are really a person of, like kingly way, right? You understand. If you are in a Kshatriya, your ego will stop you not to, your ego will be protecting you not to take all those things. But this person going so humble and doing it very simply, he understood what it is because he himself is a visionary person, because he is Ganga Putra Bhishma, right? He is one of the Ashtavasu, the eighth Vasu who has been born. So he has that vision. He understood that this is a Parabrahma, it is not the other person. He is not a simple man. He is definitely a divine who has come out and who is showing this feature to everyone, right? Today we talk about, in the modern world, we talk about service leadership. The concept of service leadership is only from Lord Krishna. We have to take it from that. So he demonstrated it openly, showing that what duty a god or a divine can also do, because this is what it is. And he showed it. Based on that, Bhishma was so stunned. And when Pandavas want to give the first respect, we say we have to give the first respect to the god or anyone to whom we have to do the rest, because Pandu was not there. So to whom they want to do it, Bhishma, when they want to give that respect to Bhishma, because Bhishma is the elderly person who is there, right? So he is the great grandfather who is there. So they want to give that. Bhishma told, don't give it to me, do that for Krishna. So that is where he realized already that he is the greatest soul here. So that's why he already know. Anytime when Pandavas come to an advice, he always says that be in the companion with Krishna, Krishna will guide you. Every time when even the war declared and every time happens, Bhishma always says to Pandavas, be in the companion with Krishna, Krishna is the right person to guide you. So he knows that Krishna is the supreme. So every time he knows. So that's why he says, Jagat Prabhum Deva Devam. And he is what? He is Anantam Purushottam. Anantaha means what? That who doesn't have a limit. Eternal bliss is more. Who has the greatest bliss as a form. That is what we say Anantaha. So he is everywhere, right? Jagat Prabhum Deva Devam. So he is not only for the universe, he is a leader. Also for Devas is the leader. Devaha Devaha. That means for Devas Deva. Lords of Deva. So who is Deva? We call them as Sura. Right? Sura means who are the good elements. If you put A in front of Sura and say Asura, they are bad elements. Asuraha, bad elements, negative elements. Sura, good elements. So he is the leader of good element. So he is the leader of this universe. He is the leader of the good element. And he is Anantaha, he is eternal. And what is he also? He is Purusha Uttamaha, supreme personality. Right? So to whom, he says, Stvan Nama Sahasrena, whose 1,000 names if you chant, if you start chanting his name, Purushaha Sadatotitaha. If you keep on chanting his names with all devotion, you will get rid of all your dukkha's in your life. Correct? See, one of the question is some janma samsara bandhanat. Correct? So what is the way that I can cross the janma samsara, all this dukkha? So now the answer is chant the Sahasranama. And what is the Sahasranama? Whose Sahasranama it is? Who is Jagat Prabhu? Who is Deva Devaha? Who is Anantaha? Who is Purushottamaha? So Purusha Uttamaha, Purushottamaha. Right? So we have the 4 Purusharthas in our life. Correct? We have 4 Purusharthas in our life. That is very essential. Purusha Artha in our life. What are those Purusharthas? What we say? Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. Chaturvita Purushartham. So everyone, to the fulfillment of their life, they need to have 4 things. Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. Correct? So dharma is very important, that you need to have the dharma. So dharma means don't restrict yourself for charity. Dharma means a natural life in the path of evolution. Dharma means nature. Okay? So beautifully stated in by Ramanujacharya and Sri Bhashyam, he says, if a flower you see, the fragrance of the rose is the dharma of the rose. If you understand this, then you understand what is dharma. The fragrance of the rose is the dharma of the rose. So that means what? What is the nature of the flower is the nature. So same way you are born as a human, you have a nature. You are bound with the nature. You are supposed to live like a human. That is your human. That is your dharma. If you deviate, that is where you become adharma. So dharma, the first point. You live as per your natural way. Artha, what is artha? Artha means earning, wealth, money, or materialistic pursuit. Right? So you understand this level of statement, what they have given. They have given the dharma first, and then they talk about artha. What does it mean? Based on dharma, you have to earn your money. You earn your wealth in dharmic way. You see that? So that's why dharma is the foundation. You earn your wealth or you earn your living on dharmic way. That is artha. And then what is it? Kama. You live your desire, you quench the thirst of your desire in dharmic way. Everything you have to touch with the dharma. So it should be, your desire should also be fulfilled in dharmic way. So dharma is the base for artha. Dharma is base for your kama. Dharma is also the basis for your moksha. Dharma only leads to your moksha. Right? So this is the connection what we have. That's why dharma is the basis for everything. So dharma, artha, kama, moksha. Chaturvita purushartham. So this is fulfilling for a life, for a complete life, for us to live. So this four things or four elements is essential, for which you have to work only in the dharmic way. So anyone who is fulfilling this in this way of, in the order of this, all right, and he lives and he is called Purusha Uttamaha. Okay, he is called Purusha Uttamaha. So who in the Itikasas who is called Purushottama? Rama was called as Purushottama. Everyone knows that. Right? Rama was already called as a Purushottama. Usually he is called as Purushottama because never in his life he has deviated from Dharma. No incidents you can say that he has come out of Dharma. Nowhere in the total Ramayana you can see that he has come out of dharmic way, because he lived in the dharmic way. He was most dharmic king who has lived in this universe. That's why we still want Rama Rajyam to be happen. Correct? So we say Purushottamam. So Jagat Prabhum Deva Devam Anantam Purushottamam. So he is the Purushottama. He is Jagat Prabhu. He is Deva's Deva. He is Ananta. And what you need to do is Tuvannama Sahasrena. Be devoted. Sing his glory. Chant his Sahasranama. Who is the Purusha? What you will get? You will get rid of all your sorrows. Sadatotitaha. So keep it daily. Chanting is one of your duty, what you have to do. Next verse, what he says, Tameva charchayam nityam bhaktya purusham avyayam dhyayan stuvannamasyam cha yajamanas tameva cha. So how you need to do it? That is also another requirement what he is telling. Tameva charchayam nityam. Not just one time. Not just one time you just go and chant. Not today only I'm going to do. And tomorrow I'm not going to do. It has to be a nitya. It should be your habit that you have to do it. Okay? So you have to keep it as a habit. Tameva charchayam nityam. All right? Bhaktya purusham avyayam. So keep your bhakti in a full way. Your Purusha, he is the one Purusha with all devotion. You are going to chant his name and you are going to do it nitya. So this is very important for us. Okay. So tameva charchayam nityam bhaktya purusham avyayam. So tuvan yayan stuvannamastyam cha yajamanas tameva cha. So everywhere, anytime, nitya you have to do it. Tameva. So what you have to do? Charchayan nityam. You have to do the archana, devotion, chanting, nitya. With how? How you need to do? Bhaktya. What is the essential qualification with which you have to do? With bhakti. Now the question is, what is bhakti? Right? So always this question comes, what is bhakti? Bhakti means what? Just simply chanting the name of the God? Is that just a chanting of a name? Or is just sitting in front of the God and closing our eyes and saying that Ram, 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 Ram? Or what is bhakti? So bhakti is something you are emotionally connected with that source. You are drowned, you are dissolved in it. It could be a moment of ecstasy, doesn't matter. You lose yourself. Your senses are not there. You are totally lost in a situation. You are not seen in it. So that is basically a bhakti's essential qualification. It is more like an emotional connect, for which you may have different forms in front of you. You may connect with the God in different forms. That's why each God will be appealing to you in a different way. Okay? So this is something which is a little bit philosophical to understand. Each God might be appealing to you in a different way, because sometimes you may Shiva as a father. You may see Shirdi Sai Baba as your grandfather. Am I right? You can see the Krishna as your friend, philosopher, guide. You may see Mata Parvati as your mother. You may see Saraswati as your grandmother. So there is a different way you connect. There is a different way you connect. And sometimes such connection or one particular connection may strike with you, and you may be tuned with that, and you want to strike with that same note again and again, because you may feel that connection more heavy. More emotional bond can happen. Right? Like you are tuning to your FM radio because you may have different channel. You may have different channel, but you may have a different genre of listening music. For you, you could be a classical music. For some other, it could be bhajan. For some other, it could be Western. For some other, it could be rock and roll. It could be different. The tastes are different. Same way, the God's form can also be appealing to you in a different way. So you can get strike or get connected with the God in a different form. But what you need to do is that connection you have to establish daily. Then only that ecstasy form will come to you. That's why we say bhaktyaha. Tameva charchayam nityam bhaktya. See how beautifully it connects. Bhishma gives a beautiful essential qualification for all of us. So it should be daily you get connected. Purusham avyaya. So you have to connect with that Purusha. And every day you have to get that connection with that devotion. Without devotion, if you get connected, you can't get into that vibe of ecstasy. The vibration may not be there. Correct? Not like a mechanical one. So you just praying and mechanically looking at everything around us and then you just do it. No, it should not be mechanical. Even if you pray for 5 minutes, that 5 minutes should be a depth connection what you need to establish. You understand? It is not about the quantity of hours you pray. It is the quality of hours what you pray with the God. That connection, even my guru says, even if it is a 1 minute connection, that itself is enough for you to run for the whole day. But that should be a very strong connection. That 1 minute connection should be really a strong and deeper connection. Emotionally, you're connecting it. And that 1 minute, you are putting everything in front of us. So that is what we say as a bhakti. In bhakti, what is another essential thing? These are something fundamental we need to know. We always believe something. There is always a belief with it. We have a faith. Of course, we have faith. Story which I read, which also came through WhatsApp, but it's a beautiful incident to remember here. There was a person, people walk on the rope, right? Remember that those days, the people, they walk on the tight ropes. So, very height, and then there is two sticks have been tied up, and the rope has been tied up between the two places, and then they walk on the rope from one corner to other corner. Okay. So one person, say for example, he has tied a rope for maybe like 4-story building height. Okay. So he is walking from right side to left side. And the audience who are standing down, okay, they are cheering. They are cheering, they are clapping, they're saying, yes, go, 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 cheer. So the person is walking slowly and he is crossing all the way down in the rope, and then he reached the left side. It's a beautiful incident to understand what is faith and all. Now what he does, he turns on the left side, and now he looks at the audience. He looks at the audience. He asks the question, how many of you believe that I can reach the left to right? Right? So he has crossed from right to left. Now he turns, and now he's asked the question to the audience who are cheering there downstairs. He's turning towards them and asking them, how many of you believe that I can walk and I can cross from the left to right? Everyone says, yes, you can do it. You have done from right to left, so you can do it. Very good, very good, very good. How many of you think that I can carry something in my hand and then walk on the road? They say, yes, 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 go, go, go. How many of you believe that I can carry a child and walk on the road? Everyone says, yes, 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 yes. We all believe, we have a faith. We say, yes, you can go and you can do it. Very good. Now he turns towards the audience and asks the question, who is ready to give your child? Who is ready to give your child? This is the portion what we do with the God. We believe God can do it. We are not ready to surrender us. We believe that God will do us. We believe God will walk on the rope. We believe God can carry, but we are not ready to surrender ourselves. Let God carry us. So this is the bhakti, this is the problem in bhakti. Why bhakti is having a problem? Because we don't surrender in that portion. So that is what he is telling. Bhaktyaha purusham avyayam. Surrender yourself. Go and surrender. So bhakti's qualification is surrender. In full faith you surrender. And what happens? He will take you. He will carry you. Dhyayan stuvannamastyam cha. So who we can do the japa, we can do the dhyana of his nama. And he can do archana of his nama. Yajamanas cha. He will be the yajamana of the things. He can ward off all the problems. See how clearly he has given the quotation. He says he is the Jagat Prabhu. He says you have to do it nitya. He says you have to do with bhakti. And with all the devotion and surrender, you do all the dhyanas and everything what you need. So that what you happen. So you can even do like a yaha, havan also. So that he will be the yajamana for you to guide. Right? And the next one he says, Anadi Nidhanam Vishnu. Sarva Loha Maheshwaram. Logat Dyaksham Stuvan Nityam Sarva Dukkhadi Go Bhavet. Anadi Nidhanam Vishnu. What is Anadihi means? One who doesn't have a birth. One who doesn't have an origin. What does it mean? Even if you say that the Moola Prakriti, the universe is been born today, he is present there already. The existence of God is before the universe has been created. Why? This is the belief, because universe needs one creator to create, right? Without a creator, something cannot be created. So creator is already there before the creation comes into picture. So that means he is before us. He is the Moola Prakriti. Correct? He is Moola Prakriti. That means he is Anadi. We don't know when he was born. We don't know when it is his origin. So he is beyond our comprehension to think about his birth. So what we say, it's anadihi, anadi nidhanam, who is already there. Vishnuhu. And what is he? What is his nature? It's not only in one place. He is everywhere. Sarva Vyapihi. That's why he is called Vishnu. Vishwam, Vishnuhu means everywhere. Omnipresent, omniscient, omnipotent. You can put all the names for it. That's why when Prahalada asked this question, he was in the pillar also. Correct? So when Prahalada told that he is even in this pillar, he came into that pillar. Because he is Anadi Nidhanam Vishnuhu. You can see him like that. You can see him like a small dwarf, like a Vamana. He's coming like Vamana and then he's standing in front of the Mahabali Chakravarti and he's asking the question that I need 3 steps. I need 3 foot of place for my own. Because I am a brahmachari, I have to do my havan and everything. Nitya brahmachari, nitya karmanushtana. I need three steps of my land, and he was given. And then 1 step he puts on the entire universe, 1 step. The other step where he puts entire on the sky, he has put on the space. Even Mahabali cannot see where his leg was going up. That's what it says. Mahabali Chakravarti cannot see that his another leg where it is going, because it is going on and on and on. The entire universe is growing and his leg is growing in one side. In one side, the entire land has been filled with his 1 leg. And the 3rd step he is asking where to keep. So now you can understand his omnipresent everywhere. So Vishnu, right? So Anadhi Nidhanam Vishnu Sarva Loka Makeshwaram. So he is the leader of Sarvaloka. He is the leader of Sarvaloka. And how this leader is looking at. So this is what it is. Loka Yakshaha. So he is looking at this entire universe through his eyes. Adhyakshaha. Akshaha. Akshi means eyes. Akshaha means eyes. Through his eyes, he is monitoring the entire world. It's the first CCTV camera, I can say, who is monitoring the entire universe. Loha Dhyaksha. Stuvan Nityam. So pray to him. Pray to him daily. So what will happen? Sarva Dukkadi Go Bhavet. Every dukkha will get out of you. Beautiful. See how he replies to Yudhishthira's questions. Yudhishthira asking who is the best, who is the one God to me, to whom I have to be devoted. Jagat Prabhun Devadev. Who is the one person to whom I have to be Parayana? Nitya Bhaktya Parayana. Get devoted with him. With all devotion, you go with him. What dharma I have to follow? Pray to him. Chant his name. That's the only dharma. As you do your Nitya Karma Anushtana, pray to him. Chant his name. That is the dharma what you need to do. What he says, that is the dharma. Follow him. That is the dharma. Follow his path. That is the dharma. Now he says, Brahmanyam, Brahmanyam, Sarvadharmanyam, Lohanam, Kirtivardhanam, Lohanadam, Mahatbhutam, Sarvabhuta Bhavodhavam. Brahmanyam, even Brahma. Sarvadharmanyam, one who knows the rishis, the greatest rishis. So Brahma and the greatest rishis. Lokanatham Kirtivardhanam. So he gives the Kirti, one who has got the best fame, one who has been bestowed with the great fame in the Loka. And who gives the fame to the peoples also. Right? Brahmanyam Sarvadharmajam Lokanam Kirtivardhan. So who prays to him will get the Kirti. Who prays to him will get the Dharma. So now you see that which Dharma need to be followed, pray to him. Dharma will come. Be devoted to him. He is the only Parayana. Do the yajna for him as a yajna purusha. He is the person who will guide you. So the answer is very clearly given here for the questions what the Yudhishthira had in his mind. Brahmanyam Sarvadharmajyam Lokanam Kirtivardhanam Lokanatham Mahadbhutam Sarvabhuta Bhavodbhavam Lokanatham. He is the Lokanatha. He is the leader of Loka. How many Lokas we have? We have 14 Lokas what we see. We have 14 Lokas. Om Bhuhu Bhuvaha Suvaha Mahaha Janaha Tapaha Satyam. These are upper level of Lokas. And we have 7 downstairs. Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Patala, Rasatala, Talatala, Mahatala. So this is another 7 downstairs. So 7 up, 7 down. These are called 14 Lokas. All these 14 Lokas, who is the one Prabhu? Lokanatha is Vishnu. And remember, in Vamanavatara, he covered all these 14 Lokas. Okay? He covered all these 14 Lokas. Why? When he pressed the Mahabali, he went to the last one, to the Patal Loka. So he covered all these 14 Lokas. So he is the Natha for everything. So the Lokanatham. Mahadbhutam. Mahadbhutam means what? What is Bhuta? We know Pancha Bhuta. 5 elements. Right? 5 big elements we know. What are all the 5 elements? We know all this. The fire, water, air, space, land and everything. Okay. And this 5 elements has got one creator. He is Vishnu. Mahataha Bhutaha. Mahat means big. So this Panchabhuta has got from a biggest element, which is the Vishnu. So what is the citation? What is the authority for that? Vishnu Purana states that. Vishnu Purana is the authority for that. Bhagavata Purana is the authority for that, which talks about how the Panchabhutas have been created from Vishnu. So Mahadbhutam. Sarva Bhuta Bhavodbhavam. For all the Bhutas is the only residing place. And remember, all these 5 elements, see, when a creation starts, understand, this is a little bit philosophical. When a creation starts, there is a Mula Prakriti from where all the creation of this Panchabhuta comes out, and the Panchabhuta interacts, and then the entire doshas and everything created, and that the entire universe expands and grows and grows and grows. Correct? When the pralaya happens, what happens? The Panchabhutas get diminishes, decreases one by one, one by one, one by one, one by one. One gets into another, one gets into land is filled with water, water goes with the air, air mixed with the fire, everything goes and one and one and one and one and one. And lastly, one thing which is there, which is absorbed into the Mahataha, which is called the Vishnu. So this is the process of Pralaya. In the Pralaya, what happens? All the Panchabhutas shrink to one Bhuta, and that one Bhuta is sucked into by the Vishnu. This sucking process is what we are talking in physics as black hole. So still they are trying to explain on it, but Maharishis are all written on the Vishnu Purana and all those things. Already they have decided how it will be, what type of the pralayas can happen, how the pralaya will be evident, and all those things they have given in the detailed notes in that. So this is the reality. So that means what? All the creation expands from him and it goes and rests into him. So everything expands and everything goes into him. That's why it's called Sarva Bhuta Bhavodbhavam. He gives the Utpatti and also he gets into it. Correct? So Sarva Bhuta Bhavodbhavam. It's a beautiful understanding of this philosophy here. Okay? Yeshame Sarva Dharmanam Dharmo Dikatamo Mataha Yat Bhaktya Pundari Kaksham Stavei Racher Narasada. So, such the pride, such is the greatness of this Jagat Prabhu. So, what you need to do? Eshame Sarva Dharmanam. So, with all the bhakti, pay to Pundari Kaksha. So, Pundari Kaksha is one of the names for him. Pundariha Kakshaha is one who saves you from all the negative, and by his own sight, by his own vision, he protects you. Okay, Pundarika Akshaha Pundarika Akshaha. Aksham means through his eyesight. He tries to prevent you, all the negativeness. So when you are devoted with the bhakti, with the devotion, if you can pray to him, Kunda Pundarika Aksha. So every man, Naraha, that's the human being, what he has to do, if he can do with the devotion, he will gain all the dharmas. He will gain all the purusharthas. He will gain what is needed in his life. And he will understand what is the reality, what is the purpose of his life. That is the important thing. See, the goal of the human being is something which we need to understand. Beautiful question. One of the person asked, I think Swami asked this question in an interview to the students. What is the purpose of a human being? It's a good, beautiful question. Satyasai Baba asked this question. What is the purpose of a human being? Everyone, there was a students in a big students class, and then the question was thrown, and then everyone is giving different answers. To pray, to do dharma, to do this, to do that, to do that. Swami is always, Swami, when he throws a question, he is always a unique way of getting the answer, right? So he was just listening to everyone. He said no. He said no, 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 no. Then every student gave up, and then he told, so, Swami, give me the answer. Beautiful answer he gave. The purpose of the human being is return back to God. The purpose of your human being, the purpose of the goal and the existence of your life is to return back to your divinity. Who can only say? It is only Satyasai Baba who can say, because the divine can only tell about the divinity. He gave the beautiful sentence to us. So your purpose is to return back to divinity. So that means what? Our dharma is to go back to the divinity. Our dharma is to get back to the same place, back to pavilion, from where you started. So that's what we can get from here by the chanting of these names. That's what it says, Eshame Sarva Dharmanam. Among all the dharmas, what is the best dharma, what you can gain, what you can benefit? Sarva Dharmanam Dharmo Aditamo Mataha. So you can get the best out of it. Yad Bhaktya, through whom? From whom? Yat bhaktya pundarikaksham. With all your devotion to the Pundarikaksha, stavai racher narasata. So this naraha, who is the human, and do it sata, that means every day, daily, then what you have? You can get the best dharma out of it. It's a beautiful understanding what we have. So what is the sada means? What is the sada means? So Swami Chinmayananda gives a beautiful abbreviation, an acronym for us to understand. He always says there is one thing called CIA. Okay, so it's not Central Intelligence or something. CIA is not the Central Intelligence Force or anything. What is CIA for him is constant integrated awareness about the God. Constant integrated awareness. That means chanaha, every second, as your heart lapped up, you have to think only about that. You get that integrated awareness with that. So if you're so much intimate with that, that's where we say sadaha, nityaha, everything. Then it is by practice. You get up, you think, you go, you eat, everything comes naturally for you, that you will be bounded by all with the serene and divine vibration anytime. So that is very important. So that will guide you all the dharmas what you need to. So that is what it says. Bhaktya pundhari gaksham staveracher narasada. Right? A beautiful word, what he is defining now. Bhishma says here, the next verse, Paramamyo Mahattejah, Paramamyo Mahattapah, Paramamyo Mahat Brahma, Paramam Yah Parayanam. Beautiful words. So who is he? Paramamyo Mahattejah. The Tejas I cannot define. The Tejas is growing Tejas. Mahataha means great, big. Mahat means big. So when we say Paramamyo Mahat Tejaha, so when you say Tejas, he is the biggest. You cannot put any dimension for that. For the divinity, there is no way that you can put a measurement and say this is the measurement for the Tejas. All right? So if you go to Tirupati, you just stare at the God. There is no yardstick to say that it is the, oh man, this is a 10% Tejas, 11% Tejas, nothing like that. You are totally stuck. You are there and you are just, you are stuck and then you are just standing there and you don't know what you're seeing. Am I right? So Tejas is something like that. See, in Ramayana, they say, when Rama was walking in Ayodhya, all right, so after he broke the Shivadanush, he's coming up. He's walking in the streets. So everyone wants to look at him, right? So they want to look at him because he's the young lad who has done this, and everyone knows now he's going to marry Sita. Everyone running and saying, come, let us see, who is that guy, Everyone going and seeing him. Right? Beautifully said by Kambar, he says, Kambar is a beautiful poet who has written in Ramayana. He said, Tol Kandar, Tole Kandar. One who saw his shoulder, they were thinking about, oh wow, what a great shoulder that broke this big, great Shivadanush. So everyone is looking at his shoulder, they are stuck with the shoulder. And the next word, what Kambar says, Kamalamanna Thal Kandar, Tale Kandar. One who saw his foot, because they thought, oh my God, that is the foot which gave the Agalya Vimochana, right? So Agalya Sabha Vimochana has been done with that foot. Everyone was stuck with the foot. And people who saw the foot, they are seeing only his feet. So those who saw his shoulder, they're stuck with the shoulder. Those who saw his feet, they were stuck with the feet, and no one saw the entire picture of Rama. Same way, when you go to any god, you are stuck with only one portion of the god. You cannot, because of the Mahat Teja. Because you cannot come out of it, because the tejas is of such a way that you cannot penetrate beyond it. You can't look at everything because you are definitely stuck in somewhere. You just look at it and you get mesmerized and you are there. So that is what it says, Paramamyo Mahat Teja. So his tejas we cannot count. Paramamyo Mahat Tapaha. His tapas we cannot count. Paramamyo Mahat Brahma. See, among the Brahman, he is the best Brahma. Brahma means here not about the creator. Brahma means he is the person we are talking about, the formless, omnipresent, supreme. Paramamyo Mahat Brahma. Paramam Yak Parayanam. So who will be your Parayanaha? Who will be your guide? Whom you need to follow. Correct? So when you are getting into that mode, now you can understand the dimension of the Vishnu. The dimension of the Vishnu, the vicinity of the Vishnu. He is of that tejas. These words, that's what I will always think about. These words, unless Bhishma experienced, he cannot narrate it. All right? I hope you agree that. Unless I experience this, I cannot put these words in my sloka. So if Bhishma is giving this, means he is witnessing him straight away. That Paramamyo Mahat Tejaha, Paramamyo Mahat Tapaha, Paramamyo Mahat Brahmaha, Paramam Yah Parayanam. He's seeing him. He's getting that vibration. That's why he is, with that countless experience, he is putting these words. He's telling to Dharma about this. Yudhishthira, listen. Array, his stages is so much. And he says another thing, how he wants to define. You see, this is the way that Bhishma wants to define, explain. Not Bhishma in here we have to say that Vyasa is defining all these things. Basically, Vyasa is experiencing all these things. And he is defining here, Pavitranam Pavitramyo. You say something will purify, that's the purest of the purification. Correct? You say, Ganga will purify you. Correct? We always think if we have done any sin or anything, go and take a holy dip in the Ganga and then come out of it, and then you will be getting purified. Yes. And as equal to Ganga's purification, they say one Ramanama can purify you also. So it can also purify you. So it's a purification. It's a purification. You want to say that the excellent superlative degree of the purification, you want to put that word? Yes, you can say Pavitranam Pavitramyo. And what he says, Mangalanam cha Mangalam, among the austerity, among the auspiciousness. What do you want to say? The superlative auspiciousness, what do you want to say? It is also his. Mangalanam cha Mangalam. Beautiful word. The word Mangalam is also referred in some of the slokas. Right? So one of the famous sloka is Sarva Mangala Mangalye. Sarva Mangala Mangalye Shive Sarvartha Sadage Charanye Trambike Gauri Narayani Namo. And in Devi Mahatmyam, in the Durga Saptasati, Markandeya in the Argala Stotra, he gives a beautiful word. Jayanti, Mangala Kali, Bhadrakali, Kabali. Now the question, what is Mangala or Mangalam? The commentator for that word, what they have given, this is the beautiful thing what we need to understand. Why am I bringing that commentary here to Vishnu Sahasranama is something which is also related here. He says Guptavati is a person who has written, Guptavati is nothing but Bhaskaracharya, who has written the commentary for that. Mangala means one who bestows moksha. We always think about Mangalam means only auspiciousness. Mangala means who can give you moksha. Mangalanam cha Mangalam. Among the auspicious, it is the most auspicious one or the most austerity what can be given. What is the most austerity for you is the moksha. What you want, ultimately what you want, moksha, liberation. That is the end, what I need, right? That is the end. I want to get liberated. So who can grant it? Vishnu can grant Mangalanancha Mangalam. Beautiful words. If you connect these meanings, we can understand how Vyasa has coined all this Pavitranam Pavitramyo Mangalanancha Mangalam. Devatam Devadanancha. Among the Devata, he is the Devam. For the Devas, he is the Lord. Bhutanam yo avyaya pitaha. Among the Bhutas, he is the Lord. He is the Pita. So Pavitranam Pavitramyo Mangalanancha Mangalam Devatam Devadanancha Bhutanam Yovyaya pitaha. So it is the beautiful verses of Lord which talks about the Lord's characters here. Yata sarvani bhutani bhavantyadi yukagame yasmim cha pralayam yanti punareva yugakshaye. Yata sarvani bhutani, as entire bhutam, bhavantyadi yukagame. So as they start from yourself, the greatness, all these bhutas start from you. That is what I narrated just before. The bhutas all generates from you. And in the pralaya, what happens? They all merge with you. Yasmincha pralayam yanti punareva yugakshaye. For the next yuga to be created, it comes and merges with you. For the next yuga to be created, it comes and merges with you. That means yuga is created by Vishnu. Every yuga has been created by Vishnu. So, yada sarvani bhutani bhavantyadi yuga kame. So, as they want, as they've been created, how they were created, they start their journey from Vishnu. They go, they expand, they create all this universe, they expand, they manifest and go on and on and on and on. And the time comes, the pralaya comes, what they want. All this universe merged together, one to one, one to one, one to one, one to one. Like what we have all the boxes in boxes in boxes in boxes. They all put together in one complete box, and that box has been absorbed into Vishnu, and then everything is gone. So then the pralaya, everything goes and merges with the Vishnu. So yata sarvani bhutani bhavantyadi yuga kame yasmin cha pralayam yanti punareva yugakshaye. Tasya loha pradhanasya jagannathasya bhupati Vishnur nama sahasram me shrunu papa bhayabham. So as who is the loka's pradhanaha, who is the head of this loka, who is Jagannatha, who is Bhupati, whose Nama, the Vishnu Nama Sakastram, if you just listen, Shrunu. Shrunu. Papa bhayabham. So sin and bhaya will go. The sin and the bhayam will go naturally from you. Okay. So this is how he explains it. This is how he explained about the greatness of Vishnu, his attitudes, his personality, his character, and he has answered to the questions what Yudhishthira has posed to. Then what happens is going to be the following will be what is the other new other things like Yani Namani Gaunani. So he will be talking about what are the other things. Okay. And then he will go into who is the Rishi, who is the Chandas about this sloka, and who is the Devata, and about his ayudas, what he is going to have in his hands, what he is having in his hands, Gada, Chakra, and all those things, the dimensions. And then he gives a beautiful description of Vishnu Murti in the Dhyana sloka. It's a very famous Dhyana sloka, Shantakaram Bhujagasayanam and all. So all those things will come. And then he will start the Namavali. All right. So until now, what he has described, he has given the answer for him. And he has told what is the character of Vishnu, what is the excellent qualities and attitudes of the Vishnu. So one who wants to do a greatest research about the qualities and personalities of the great leaders, I would suggest learn these qualities. For an ideal leader, these are all the qualities what we have to look for. This is the real qualities what you're looking for, because a leader has to be in that fulfillment. Unless leader is fulfilled, unless leader is contented, he's not going to guide the followers properly. That is my strong understanding from my research from Ramayana. Because Rama was a fulfilled leader. Rama was a self-realized leader. That's why he can guide his devotees, he can guide his followers clearly with the clear instructions and directions. He can take them correctly. It's very important. A leader needs to have that quality. So that's why we can take so many aspects from this Vishnu Sahasranamam. We can do a lot of understanding. We can interpret many things in the modern way also, if you want, in the modern way. You can see the application, how we can apply. We can even get so many instructions out of this great, great literature. So that's the beauty of our rishis, who has given us the greatest literatures to us, so that we get the beautiful essence. And all these are their own experience, what they have written. So you get those experiences directly from them, and we imbibe that, and then we can get those real essence of what they are talking about and everything. So that is the reality of that. So with that, I stop here today. Hari Om Kayena Vacha Manasendriyarva Buddhyatmana Bha Prakrite Swabhavat Karomi Yattat Sakalam Parasmai Narayana Samarpayami Yadakshara Pada Prashtam Matra Hinam Tu Yad Bhavet Tat Sarvam Shamyadam Deva Narayana Namostute Visharkha Bindu Matrani Padapadhaksharani Cha Nyunani Chattiriktani Chamasya Purushottama Anyadacharanam Nasti Tvameva Charanam Mama Tasmad Karunya Bhavena Raksha Rakshachanardana Hari Om Tatsat Iti Sri Ramakrishnar Panamastu Swasti Prajabhya Paripalayantam Nyayena Marghena Mahim Mahisham Ko Brahmanebhya Subhamastu Nityam Samasta Lokaha Sukhino Bhavantu Samasta Lokaha Sukhino Bhavantu Samasta Lokaha Sukhino Bhavantu. Narayana.